everybody doing? So we just got out of the theater of seeing Snow White. Listen, I'm going to give you. We're going to, let's start this off. You're going to tell me the 2 or 3 things that you liked about the movie, and I'll tell you the 2 or 3 things that I liked about the movie, and then we'll get into rip it apart. Okay?
Right. I'm a little more brutal, but
Yeah, you are.
I like the Hi Ho song, the Off to Work We Go.
Hi-ho.
That was good. I like that. Beyond that, I got my shiny rocks in the mines. They kind of made that look more magical, the mines. I appreciated that. But everything else in the movie, I felt like was an absolute messy, disrespectful kind of to the original. Because it doesn't really keep to it in the way it should. And when they do try to keep to it, they overburden it with so much exposition.
Okay, cool. All right, here's the 3 things that I really liked about the film. And, because I want to be fair, because, not everything's crap. I could watch the Marvels, and I could watch, I could watch the Marvels, and I could watch other stuff. How you doing? And find something that I like. Gal Gadot did a great job acting as the Evil Queen. Hands down, every scene she's in, she steals. She's absolutely fabulous in it. And Rachel Zegler can sing. Love her or hate her as a person. Woman can fucking sing.
Yeah.
It's just, whether it's a natural talent or something she's worked at, can't take that away from her. I love the attention to detail that Disney put into a lot of the set design, things like that, costuming. I mean, the Evil Queen's costumes are just fucking fabulous. They
did try to keep to the original with that.
Yeah.
I do kind of wish they had a more solid gold crown, but...
Yeah. Her transformation scene into the old lady, the old witch, was really well done. And then the poison apple, that whole animation was really, really well done. The critters, the deer and all that, the hedgehogs,
right,
all the stuff running around, really well done animation with that. The scene where she's initially running away and she's got to go through the forest and all the trees are clawing at her and everything like that, I thought that was really well done.
Was that part of the original?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember it, but I can't remember if it was as specific. I think they embellished it a bit, which is not bad. They
did embellish it a bit, but I thought the way they did that was really well done. Other than that, the problem with this movie is it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess, and you can tell that they took a lot of reshoots, and there's you could see... Recasting. Okay, so the 7 magical bandits, right, that you talk about, right? You get the 7 magical bandits, so that got all the bad press a few months back. They're still in it, right? They're just not the dwarves. They're the thieves, the Thief Guild, right?
Right.
And so they're there. They're hilarious to look at because they look silly.
They're out of place.
They're so out of place.
100% out of place.
Really. Just...
They kind of... They do like a sore thumb, and that's saying a lot because the movie is mostly pretty colorful.
And
so
the fact that these 7 magical bandits take on a whole battalion of armored knights, it just doesn't make any sense. They got sticks and stuff like that. Hey, how are you? I'm well. So
reeling from that experience, that's what I am.
Reeling from that experience. It was interesting. It really was. It's not you can't call it the crappiest movie that ever was. It really wasn't the crappiest movie. It's not Marvel's or Madam Web bad. But it's bad because it's got so much exposition, and here's the difference. The 1937 Snow White film showed you so much. It didn't have to tell you. It didn't have to say anything. Shout out to Stella. How you doing? Absolutely, Stella. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. We're just recapping our out of theater here for Snow White. But the original 1937 film was so visual and so... It just told you that story without so many words. This one gives you so much exposition. Around 60% of the film is about... It's telling you what happened. It's telling you what's going to happen. It's telling you what is happening instead of just showing.
Oh, and it gives you random exposition that is not part of the original, but just kind of unnecessary.
Too much talking.
And then they sing during that exposition as well.
Yeah, and then
it's just too much.
Yeah, and when the film is not doing that, it actually works. But when the film is doing that, it slows it down. But yeah, other than that, we're gonna do a bigger review on it later. But yeah, the idea that Snow White is called Snow White because she was born in a snowstorm, so that was baked in. That was baked in. So we know that they were looking to change Snow White at that point. So you get that explanation.
They gave them an out,
We gave him an out.
just in case.
The dwarves, they're bad. Let me just say this. My wife isn't with us right now, but she saw the movie with us. She absolutely loved it. She thought it was absolutely fabulous. She thought it was one of the best Disney live-action remakes she's ever seen. She loved everything about it. She loved the acting, the details.
I think she had some small complaints.
Small complaints, but she literally leaned over to me and I asked her, how do you like the movie halfway through? She goes, I think it's a 10. I said, okay. And it's just how some people can see the same movie and see the same piece of art and walk away with different things, right? So she absolutely loved it.
So maybe they saved themselves in the end. Maybe maybe because we were kind of more strung along for the ride of what it was supposed to be and seeing what it is now. You can kind of see they tried to recover with the original base.
Yep.
But it's honestly kind of, I don't know if it's enough.
I don't know if it's. I think this movie's got so much bad press behind it. It's going to be tough. It's not the greatest movie for me ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not like I've seen The Lion King. I think Beauty and the Beast is one of the great. Now, I like musicals. I'll tell you, it's not about it being a musical. I think the music is very forgettable. The songs, like I saw Wicked, loved Wicked, a Wonka. I'll put the Wonka soundtrack on all the time and just listen to that. I mean, I love musicals from back in the day, Oklahoma, and I love the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Right.
And things. There's so many musicals out there that I think are so well done. Including, like I said, the last one I seen, Wicked, I thought deserved the best picture of the year. My personal opinion. I thought it was that well done. This isn't. The music is just, it's there. It moves the plot along. It's not something you're going to be.
They add a lot of new songs.
Yeah, like when I left Wicked, I had a bunch of songs in my head. From that, Ariana Grande singing Popular and Defying Gravity. Like, those songs they were here. And it was a good thing that they were here. Like, I enjoyed them being here. These songs are already gone. Like, I couldn't even tell you, I couldn't even repeat some. And so, but again, when she's singing, when Rachel Zegler's singing, she can frickin' sing. All right, I'll give her that. Gal Gadot even did a good job singing.
Right.
The guy there, the thief, the prince, or the prince wannabe.
The prince wannabe, yeah.
He wasn't that great of a singer.
No.
It was okay. Wars, they tried to do the best with that animation. Some of it worked, some of it didn't. It's just so distracting the way they did them. But again, it doesn't stick. It gets real girl bossy at the end.
Right.
It's real girl bossy at the end if that's something that bothers you.
They try to recover it kind of at certain points in the movie,
Yep.
with the thief Jonathan. But
Yep. And but if I had to rate this movie, and I don't usually rate these movies, like I said, my wife said she'd give it a 10. She loved it. I'm probably about halfway there, maybe a 5 or 6.
yeah,
It's not a dumpster fire, but it is messy. It is messy with all the exposition.
it's something fine to put on for like the family, like once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
But beyond that, you don't want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Probably.
So,
You'd rather watch the original at that point.
do I think this thing's going to be able to do $1 billion or $800 million to break even because that's what it's got to do for its budget? No.
I don't think so.
The theater was empty. It was just us. This is first showing, first day here in a major city of Puebla, Mexico, and the theater was empty. It was just the three of us.
Right.
That's it.
I mean, we don't know about the other movie theater across the street, which is usually a little busier, no?
Usually, but they weren't showing it until like later tonight.
Right. So we won't even know then. We'll have
So-
to take a look at the box office for this
Yeah.
weekend, and I think we'll review that another time on a late night show.
Yeah, and after seeing this, I don't want to say I feel bad for Rachel Zegler because I think she said some things that were pretty hurtful.
Right.
And I don't think she really understands the idea of public image. And I think,
What you say sticks around, yeah.
what you say sticks and all that. But, like, she's obviously got some talent, and I think she's...
Yeah, she's got a lot of potential. I got to give her credit. Yeah, your mom, she's right about the singing. And she does a great job imitating a lot of the original kind of Snow White.
Yeah, she does pantomime the original Snow White movements pretty well.
Right.
Does a real good imitation, I guess, if you want to say that. But I kind of feel bad that, like, she probably has some talent, and people are more focused because of what she's doing and saying. She's putting more attention on her social and political messaging than her entertaining. And again, that's her choice. Say freedom to do what you want. But I think in the end, it detracts from her ability to
Connect with audiences.
connect with audiences, and I think that's part of it, because you do have to go into this thinking, okay, this woman's got a lot of bad press. You got to kind of say, I'm going to put that aside and just see what
Give her
she's
a
got.
chance.
Give her a chance, and but it's going to be tough for a lot of people to do that. I think it's going to be tough, but
I think, if they had just tried not to mess with the original story,
yeah,
even with the bad press, they could have probably made that billion. I think they could have
They could've.
800 million, a billion.
yeah.
But with all the bad press and then the reshoots and the leaks from prior, and you see how they had to really kind of go back to what was original, because I think they had a shareholder meeting. Like I kept saying this, I'm sure they had a meeting saying, "What are we doing? This should be a for sure profit.
Yep.
It's Snow White. How do we mess this up?" And they said, "We got to go back because our investors are going to lose confidence in our movie making abilities." And I think that's what they try to do. I think maybe it might work to an extent to recover some ground, but I don't think it does it fully.
Yeah. So yeah, I got really mixed feelings about this film. I really do. I really, really do. I was expecting not to like it. I was expecting to not like anything about it, and there were some things that I did like about it, and there's some things there's some things I don't like about it, and I guess everybody's gonna be the same way. But again, out of the three of us, we three people just saw this movie. My son here really didn't like it.
Yeah.
Me,
Well,
I'm kind of in the middle.
Really don't like it is kind of a little far from me. I am not really don't like it, but I do not like it.
You do not like it. You do not like it.
I don't like it.
I'm kind of in the middle, and I'm like, And my wife, who was with us, thought it was fabulous. Thought it was a 10. So there you go. That's our out of theater reaction. We'll be live later on tonight when we get back home.
Right. My
But
opinion might change over time. And yours
Yeah.
might, maybe hers as well. But initial reactions,
That's the
mixed,
initial-
mixed, and mostly mixed, but leaning negative.
Yep.
Right.
So Stella, thank you for joining us. Thanks for trying jumping in there, and appreciate you very much. And with that, we're gonna get out of here and get back to doing what we're doing. We're gonna get back home so we can prepare for our live stream tonight. We'll have more to say about the movie, but that's it. So
We'll have
hopefully
some time to
everybody's
digest it.
hopefully everybody out there is having a good time and they're enjoying their Thursday. And it's a beautiful day down here in Mexico.
Yes, it is.
So with that, salud a huevo. We're gonna be out of here.
Adios.